Everybody on? Okay. Hello? Everybody there? Oh, I've had more fun days at the ballpark, that's for sure. Ready, Ashley?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I've had more fun days at the ballpark. Whew, this game, I'm telling you, I've been in it a long time, never seems to surprise me. It's like I told the kids, it's when you think you got this game figured out, it'll jump up and bite you. Last week, Jaden Hill completely dominated the game, and today couldn't get out of the first inning. This Oral Roberts team on Tuesday night got 3-hit shutout against them at home. Today, their first 3 batters got hits. They had, 16 hits and I don't know how many runs they had after 4 innings. So I mean, it's just the most humbling game there is. It's just amazing how one day you can play so well and feel like, you're just making enormous progress. And then all of a sudden one day, everything just, goes south on you. And it's like I tell the players, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. That's the way the sport is designed. It can humble you in a second, and it can be exhilarating the next day. And fortunately for us, it only counts as 1 loss, and it's only 1 of 56 games. And this is why we don't go into a weekend with a goal of sweeping a series, because if you did, your goal would be out the window after 1 ball game. You just got to take it 1 game at a time and shake this one off and turn the page and get ready for tomorrow. There were positives today. We fell in the hole 8-0. Seemed like that first inning was never going to end. And our guys didn't give up. I mean, we had a great bottom of the first inning. We had a great bottom of the second inning. We get within a run, 8-7. I mean, you fall behind 8-0. Next thing you know, you look up at the scoreboard and you're within a run. And then in the bottom of the third inning, we get the tying run to second base. And with 2 outs, Milazzo hits a ball right on the screws. And unfortunately, right at the right field, or a little bit of luck, that ball drops. And we've got a tie ball game going to the 4th inning. But it's right at him. And, the top of the 4th, I just felt that Theo Millis was starting to tire a little bit. He'd never gone beyond an inning. I thought he did a tremendous job, and he gave up a base hit, but I thought it was time to go to a veteran pitcher there, and didn't really work out for us. McHale couldn't put anybody away, and then Kaminer had trouble throwing strikes, and then, Jacob, had a little bit of bad luck too, and before you know it, there's an 11 spot up there, and the game kind of got away from us again. Couple of bright spots though. Trey Morgan had a huge bases loaded double that got us close. Gavin Dugas had a big hit that got us back in the game. And of course, I mentioned Theo Millis stopped the bleeding there. I thought the ball, that was hit to deep center field was a very catchable ball that I thought Brody Dross was going to catch that. It just barely, I think it might have nicked off the end of his glove. If he catches that ball, who knows, if it changes the complexion of the game, but it was a game of inches right there. But I thought Theo Millis did a really nice job. And then at the very end, Michael Fowler did a tremendous job. So 2 freshman pitchers pitched very well. So there was some silver lining, on a really rough day for us.
Paul, when it comes to Jaden specifically, it looked like his arm was just behind everything else happening with his body. Is that why his command was kind of off, or was it something else?
The longer the inning got, Wilson, he just started to get fatigued. I mean, at the beginning of the game, he was throwing hard, and they were onto his fastball. They came out very aggressive. Obviously, they scouted him. They knew that he comes right after people, and they were sitting on his fastball. And the first batter didn't hit the ball exceptionally hard. It just kind of found some grass out there in left field, and the guy ends up with a double. And they were hitting early in the count, and we didn't change speeds very effectively. And they had some hit. You got to tip your hat to them. They put the ball in play, and it found some holes. And And then, when he was forced to go to his off-speed pitches, he just didn't have really great command of them. And it was just one of those outings for him, and like I told him during the game, I put my arm around him and I just kind of said, "Hey, Mama said there'd be days like this. This game has humbled the greatest players in the history of the game. And Jaden has been outstanding. And today he was humbled a little bit. And I know that kid, what he's made of. He'll get back to work and get ready for next Friday. And he'll get back on the horse. And I think he'll be outstanding next Friday against UTSA and put this one in the rearview mirror."
Yeah, I guess that would have been my follow-up there, Paul, is just you don't expect any long-term or lasting effects from this for him, do you?
That's a hard thing about being a pitcher, Mike. A hitter get to get back out there again tomorrow. The pitcher has to wait 6 days before he gets back out there again. So it can be a mind game. You have to be strong mentally as a starting pitcher. There's no question about it. But I don't think I know anybody any tougher mentally than Jaden Hill. He works so hard in between and has done so much preparation. He's not fragile mentally at all. So, what he isn't is very experienced, So, this is all part of the growing process for him. And there's a lot of pressure on the kid. He's got a lot at stake, and I understand that. And he just can't make more out of it than one outing is. Nobody wants to do well more than he does. And today just wasn't his day. And I'm certain he'll bounce back. Anybody else?
Paul, in that fourth inning, just how frustrating was it for you? Because y'all had, like you said, narrowed it to 1 run, and it was just one thing on top of another. How frustrating was it watch it kind of unfold that way?
You know, I, if you were in Southern shoes the other night, you felt the same way that we did tonight. That sometimes the shoe's on the other foot, and that's why you don't gloat when you win. You try to be humble when things go well, because very quickly this game can turn around and you can be on the wrong side of those. The coach from Southern texted me after the game the other night, like I was, I'm sorry that we didn't give you a better game. I texted him back and said, "Would you ever apologize for something like that?" I've been on the wrong side of too many of those in my career, and it's never fun, believe me. You just got to show a stiff backbone and bear it. It's not fun at all. I wasn't 1 ounce of fun today at the ballpark. And I felt, you feel for your kids, you feel for their school, you feel for your team, and you just know that there'll be better days, and hopefully tomorrow will be a better day and we can put this one behind us and even up the series tomorrow and make Sunday a rubber game. Obviously, Oral Roberts, I told you, Oral Roberts had a lot of history in their program. They have a lot of pride. And they came out today and deserved to win. They played really well. I tip my hat to them. We got to their starting pitcher, and their reliever came in kind of like Blake Money did for us the other day, or Javen Coleman did against Louisiana Tech, and we hit a couple balls hard, and they were right at people. We hit one, right at the right fielder there, and it was the guy catches it, and he kind of settled in and did a great job for them, and he quieted us down, and they tacked on, and we didn't have an answer for it. And they deserve to win. You give them credit. Tomorrow's a new day for us. Okay? Thank you all.
All right, y'all can start with questions for Cade.
Cade, first of all, appreciate you doing this. I know it's hard to talk after a game like that. What was it like in the dugout there, first of all, when they go up 8-0 and then y'all suddenly bring it back? I mean, how confident did y'all feel at that point before the game just got out of hand?
I mean, we battled back there in the second inning, got within one. We were really confident about the ball game. Never out of the fight in this game, especially with the offense we have. You're never out of the fight. We were confident up until the last pitch that we were going to come back and win the game. So, I mean, the energy never changes in the dugout. We're still rooting on our teammates, rooting on our pitchers, rooting on our hitters. The energy never changes, and the goal of the game never changes no matter the score. Seeing some crazy things happen in this game, even crazier than that today. So, I mean, yeah, we were never out of it. Just had the battle to the last out in situations like that and just chip away. Unfortunately, we just didn't chip away enough today. So,
Cade, have you ever been a part of a game like this on this side? And also, what was the message from Coach Mainieri after the game?
We've had tough losses like this before. I don't know if I've ever had it to this extent before. And his message was pretty straightforward. Baseball is a weird game. Obviously, we've had success for the first couple games of the season. Baseball is a very humbling sport. I'm sure y'all know that, and we know that too. The game just humbled us today. Credit to them. They hit the ball. I mean, I think we had 19 hits, something like that. They just hit the ball. Made plays. They made pitches. So the game of baseball just works that way. Just basically, Coach Mainieri just told us just forget about this game as quickly as possible. And I know we were all feeling the same way. The confidence doesn't change. I still think we have one of the best teams in the country. We're ready to come out there and compete and win a ball game tomorrow. The goal never changes, and this definitely doesn't ruin our confidence. We're just going to be ready to go at it tomorrow and forget about this one ASAP.
Hey, Kate, Jared Broadman here with the Daily Reveille. What was just Jaden's attitude like, and how frustrated was he after such a performance like that? Did you have any specific advice that you said to him, and just what was going through his head that you saw out there?
I mean, Jaden, he was throwing the ball well. He happened to make a couple mistakes, and they took advantage of them. Everyone has the utmost confidence in Jaden. I think if you run him out there 100 times, this might be the one time out of 100, that this happens. 99 times he's going to succeed. This doesn't change our confidence. I think Jaden's the best pitcher in the country. You know what I mean? He's our guy. It's our Friday guy. He's our dude. We're behind him no matter what. We just tell him to shake it off. Just like we're going to shake this game off. He's the man. This doesn't determine his season. You know what I mean? He just got to let this go and just prove how dominant he is next week against UTSA.
Cade, like you said, you've had some losses in your career like this. I mean, going back to the Florida series, your freshman year, had a bad loss Friday night, came back and won the next two. So what are some of the things you might impart on your younger teammates as y'all try to come back and win this series?
Right, yeah. We talked about it all week because this is the first time we've played a true series this year. Crazy stuff happens in a series. You lose, you drop one game one. The series isn't over. You come back Saturday, tie it up. Sunday's the rubber match. You got to go get it. I will just share our experiences. Like you said, Florida. I remember that too. We got our butts kicked Friday night, came back and kicked their butts the next two night. So I hope we do the same thing. Come out there and compete tomorrow and get the job done. But you just got to play one pitch at a time and take it one game at a time in this league, and especially in this game. So that's what we're going to do moving forward and come out and compete tomorrow.
Is that all for Cade? Thank y'all.